Tell you, we're coming from the instructor's manual or the teacher's book for Medina Book 1, Adars Sadisu. The points that are mentioned that must be covered in Adars Sadisu, Medina Book 1, are as follows. The Sheikh here, he says, in regards to lesson 6, Adars Sadisu, he said there are 6 matters, or I'm sorry, there are 5 matters that must be covered and dealt with in this particular lesson. There are 5 matters that must be covered and dealt with in this particular lesson. And those matters are hadihi. My class, hadihi. And hadihi, of course, hadihi means what? Hadihi means this, feminine. Hadihi means this, feminine. All right. The second thing that will be dealt with and it must be dealt with in this lesson is what class? Is ta'nithul ismi. Is what? Ta'nithul ismi. What does ta'nithul ismi mean? Ta'nithul ismi is the process of making a noun from masculine to feminine. Okay? Ta'nithul ism. That's number 2. Write these down. Write these points down. The things that must be covered, dealt with. This is the goal of lesson 6, Medina Book 1. There are 5 matters that you must know that must be covered. The first thing is hadihi. The second thing is ta'nithul ismi. Ta'nithul ismi means what, class? Ta'nithul ismi means the process of making a noun feminine. Next, number 3. Number 3 is what, class? Lamul. When we say lamul, what are we talking about? We're talking about lamul milk or lamul jar, the lamb of ownership. Is that clear? The lamb of possession, of ownership. The lamb, which is a lamul jar, which are from the letters of jar. Meaning, when it comes in front of a noun, you benefit from it, the meaning of ownership, possession. And the noun that comes after the li is what? Is majruran, so it takes a kasra. For example, li amarin. All right? Li amarin. Li means for or belonging to. Amar, of course, is my name. So when you say al kitabu, li amarin means what? The book belongs to who? It belongs to Ammar. Al qamisu, the shirt. Li amarin, the shirt belongs to Ammar. So again, we're not going to say Ammarun, we're going to say Li Amarin. Clear? Alhamdulillah. This is how it is used, and this is what we mean when we say Alamu or Harful Jar or Lamul Jar. This is what we're referring to, that land that always has the kesra, that means possession. It denotes possession. It comes in front of a noun. The noun after becomes Ismun Majrur, wa alamatu jarrihi al-kasra al-zahira ala akhirihi. A1. What does A1 mean? A1 means what, class? In English, it means also. In English, it means also. Jiddan. And we're going to get into the explanation of that. Jiddan. What does jiddan mean? Jiddan means what, class? It's translated as very. A lot of times they translate it as what? Very. They translate it as what, class? Very. Alhamdulillah. So, at-tariqu. Now remember, in the teacher's book, there's 3 things that must be covered, that will always be covered when you're teaching the lesson. It helps you to develop your lesson plan. It helps you to develop how to teach the lesson. And those 3 things that you get out of the teacher's manual is al-hadfu. Write this down. Al-hadfu. What is al-hadfu? Al-hadfu is the goal. Al-hadfu is the goal or the aim of the lesson. This is what you do. All right? You understand what is the what? Al-hadfu of every lesson from lessons 1 through 23. You understand the aim or the goal of each and every lesson. This is what you get from the instructor's manual, from the teacher's book, or the Islamic University Medina books. This is what you get. This is what you must do so that you can know how to what? Know how to teach it and understand when you finish with the lesson, what should you have? If you don't understand these things, if you don't know how to benefit, if you don't know how to utilize them and put them into practice, go back and do the lesson again. Al-hadfu is ha-dal-fa. Al-hadfu, the goal or the aim of each and every lesson. The goal are the aim of each and every lesson in the Medina books. Right here. Al-Hajj. The next thing you get from the teacher's manuals is what class? Is at-tariqatu. At-tariqatu. And at-tariqatu, what does that mean? At-tariqatu means what? The methodology. The methodology. The methodology or the what? Or the tariqa, like the approach. The approach on how to teach this system. The tariqatu, the way and how you teach the system. Remember, this is taught, this is the Arabic. What is the Arabic course? The goal is to teach it. They don't know Arabic. How do you teach Arabic in Arabic for this particular lesson? How do you teach this Arabic? They don't know Arabic. How do you teach this Arabic in Arabic for this particular lesson? You learn how to teach in all Arabic where whoever's in front of you can understand each lesson. This is what it gets you. You learn how to do it. How do you teach this lesson? In all Arabic, the people from all over the world, they don't even speak the same language to understand. How would you teach it so they can understand in their language? How do you do that? Well, first and foremost, you remove all the students' languages. That's not even in the equation. I'm not speaking to the Chinese brother in Chinese. I'm not speaking to the Russian brother in Russian. I'm not speaking to the American and British brothers in English. We're just going to teach you that. And we show you each lesson how to do it. This is what you learn. The way and how to do that. The way how to do that. Right now, if you've seen Tarek and Jalil's face, it looks real serious and balled up like, what? Don't worry, now they smile. You can do it. You can do it. Tayyib, inshallah. The last thing is al-wasa'ilu. Everybody say al-wasa'ilu. Wasa'ilu. Al-wasa'ilu. The al-wasa'ilu is what? Is the what? Is the what? The wasa'il. Something that you use as a wasila. Something that you use to what? To get to a particular thing. So there, what this we translate it as the what? The teaching. What is that? Tools. All right. Al-tariqatu al-wasa'ilu. 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 Yeah, to the C for you. It's that yeah. So again, the teaching tools. These are the teaching tools. So if they recommend flashcards and certain things on the flashcards, it will come in that section. If they recommend maps, it will come in that section. If they recommend a suitcase or a saw or whatever it may be that they recommend to help you what get that point across, or the principles and the necessary language principles and the vocabulary words of that lesson, you will find it where in al-wasa'i. The teaching tools. What tools do you need to bring to the lesson to help the students actually get it? Tayyib, inshallah? Is that clear? We learned all that in the teachers book. We just covered the al-ahdaf. We just covered the goals in this lesson. Now we're going to go over the what? Now we're going to go over the approach. All right? We're going to go over the approach. All right? So for lesson number 6, of course, as you know, it's all about what? The changing that what? Changing that that noun from masculine to feminine. So it says yuqalu hada Muhammadun. Okay? ويقال هذه أمينة. طيب هذا أب. هذا أم. Is that clear? Is everybody with me? هذا أب. هذه أم. Everybody clear? هذا أخ. وهذه أخت. Again, after me. هذا محمد. وهذه آمنة. هذا أب. وهذه أم. هذا أخ. وهذه أخت. شوف الفرق بينهما. So look at the difference between the two. It's clear that هذا Muhammad, all right, and it's clear that it's clear that what? That هذا Muhammad, وهذا أب, وهذا أخ, they're all what class? They're all things and individuals that are men. They consider to be men or masculine. Is that clear?
Mm-hmm.
And هذه أمينة. And هذه أم. And هذه أخت. All considered to be what class?
Mm-hmm.
People are, that are what? That are feminine. There's no doubt. I don't know a brother named Amina. Do you? Okay. I'm just saying. All right. All right. I don't have a brother that I say about him Ukhtun. No, we don't have that. Okay? All right? So Al-Muhim, this is how it should be approached, pointing at these things. All right? Or pointing at these types of people. So it says يقدم المذكر والمؤنث, all right, حقيقيان على المذكر والمؤنث. It says غير الحقيقيين. It says يقال إن الاسم. So we presented that. In reality, we'll bring some pictures to the table, inshallah, and have different pictures that you guys can look at and understand. Okay. Okay. All right. Real time. Bring them, or put them on the board, have that, and just say, this is a brother. This is a sister. This is a father. This is a mother. This is Amina. This is Muhammad. Until you get, okay, all right. وهكذا. All right? So the Sheikh, he goes on to say, he says, إن الاسم في اللغة العربية إما مذكر وإما مؤنث. So we understand that in the Arabic language, that a noun is either going to be what class? Masculine or feminine. Again, it says it right here. You guys should highlight it and underline it. It says innal isma, the second line in the paragraph. Innal isma, the second line in the paragraph. We just did the examples. I started ukhtun. Then we talked about how it should be presented. All right, yuqaddimu al-mudhakkar wal-mu'annith, presenting first or introducing first the masculine and the feminine until the end. Okay. Then after that it says yuqalu. All right, you should say. He should say. The person explaining. إن الاسم في اللغة العربية إما مذكر وإما مؤنث. That the individual who's teaching the class should say that a noun in the Arabic language, this is a principle. This is something that you can hold on to. This is a principle. This is something that you can hold on to. إن الاسم في اللغة العربية, that surely the what, the noun in the Arabic language is either going to be مذكر, masculine, all right, or مؤنث, or mu'annith, or feminine. You can hold on to this. This is a principle. You can write this what in cement. Write this in stone. And now it's going to be one of the other. Which one is it? All right? And this is one of your main missions in lesson number 6. I need to know what's the gender of this word. I need to know the gender of every word in here. Is it masculine? Is it feminine? Because I know it gets tricky. Here's the one in Shamsul. All right? Like, wait a minute. Okay? Which one is it? Is it masculine or is it feminine? All right? So it says, for example, have a kitabun. Of course, this is masculine. وَهَذِهِ سَيَّارَةٌ. Of course, this is what? Right. وَعَلَامُ التَّأْنِيثِ التَّاء الْمَرْبُوطَةِ. Is that clear? علامة التأنيث التاء مربوطة. Again, علامة التأنيث التاء المربوطة. بالغالب. We understand and we know that the sign of something being feminine is going to be what class? التاء مربوطة. That tie at the end of the word. مثلا جديدة قديمة طويلة مفيدة. Is everybody with me? Sorry, are you with me? All right. Pay attention. This is a very important point we're about to get into. All right? And that's fil ghalib. Fil ghalib means in most cases. Fil ghalib means what? In most cases. In the majority, the sign as it relates to nouns, that indication that that noun is feminine is going to be the tab. This is fil ghalib. This is in most cases. Not no. This is in most cases. But not in every case. This is in most cases, but not in every case. So we continue on. He says, وَهُنَاكَ أَسْمَاءٌ مُؤَنَّثَةٌ لَا عَلَامَةَ تَأْنِيثِهَا. There are nouns that are considered to be feminine, and they do not have a sign of it being feminine. They don't have an apparent indication like the term marbuta to show, hey, I'm feminine. Well, there. All right. Let's continue. He said mathalun or nahwun. For example, al-qidru. Al-qidru. Write it down, underline and circle it. Al-qidru. The word al-qidru is an example of a noun that is considered to be feminine, but it does not have the apparent indication that that I'm feminine. That what class? That I'm feminine. Is that clear? Is that clear? Got it. We again we use the example. For example, you know that word. What's the next word? Jalil. A what? Original class is considered to be a word that is feminine. Did I tell you about that? What's the next word, Tariq? Well, what? Well, you know that word. Well, what? You know that word. The evil. Well, Ainu is considered to be feminine. Ainu is a noun from the nouns that is considered to be feminine. All right, is that clear? Yeah. And it does not have any clear indication in the wording of the word, in the spelling of the word. It doesn't have any indication that, hey, I'm feminine. And again, we told you, if you see a noun and it has ta marbuta, it has the ta marbuta at the end of it, know it's what class is feminine. Jadidatun, qadimatun, tawilatun, ba'idatun. Those are feminine. But then there's words that are considered to be feminine, and they don't have that ta marbuta at the end. So you just gotta know. You actually gotta study. You gotta work and memorize. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to lesson 6. طيب حياكم الله وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته يا ابن عمتي خليل حياكم الله. So let's continue on. So the Sheikh, he continues on in the teacher's manual, and he says, and he brought us some examples. He says, المذكر والمؤنث من أعضاء الجسم من أعضاء الجسم. So again, we need to know al-mudhakkaru wal-mu'annathu min a'dha'il jismi. Does everybody understand? Does everybody see this? You're not going to find this in that. It comes in the teacher's manual. We have to study from the Arabic body parts. When you're dealing with Arabic and you're dealing with the body parts in Arabic, you have to know what is considered to be from the body parts masculine and what is considered to be from the body parts feminine. There's a way we're going to go over that principle today. Is everybody with me? No. This is lesson 6. Say it. So we have here, as it comes in the explanation, as follows. He says, Al-a'da'ul jismi. Everybody after me. Al-a'da'ul jismi. Everybody? Or we'll say more appropriately, we'll do it mudaf ilayhi. I'm sorry. A'dha'ul jismi. A'dha'ul jismi. We're going to write that down. We're going to write that down here. We're going to make a box for it. We're going to make a what chart? And we advise you to do the same thing. Make a chart. All right? Make the chart. All right? This chart here is your chart for A'dha'ul jismi. It is your chart for what class? For the body parts. So that you can know what from the body parts is masculine and what from the body parts is what? Is feminine. So you can read correctly. So you can speak correctly. So that you can be able to write correctly. If you don't know this, how you write and speaking and reading correctly, and you arrive to lesson 6, Allahumma stop. And we say what? We say We say what class? A'dha'ul jismi. Okay, so jismi is what? Is the body. Jismu is the what class? Is the what? Jismu. Jismu is the body. But we're going to say jismi because we're going to say a'dha'u. A'dha'u is the what class? The parts. All right, bring it together. A'dha'u jismi. The what? The different parts, the sections, the parts of the body. Is everybody with me? So there's a principle connected to one type of part, and is the principle connected to another type of part. Is that clear? So it says what? It says ma kana. All right, everybody with ma kana. Everybody say ma kana. واحدا. ما كان واحدا. مذكر. Everybody say مذكر. Whatever from the body parts is singular is considered to be what class? Masculine. Whatever from the body parts is singular is considered to be what class? Masculine. Is that clear? وما كان. Everybody say ما كان مزدوجا. ما كان مزدوجا مؤنث. 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 So again, ما كان مزدوجا مؤنث. So whatever from the body parts that is considered to be a pair, that is considered to be two, that is considered to be a pair, is you will say what? You will naturally say it's what? Mu'annathun. It's feminine. Is that clear? No. All right. How many eyes do you have, class? You have a pair of what? Eyes. You have a pair of ears. You have a pair of hands. You have a pair of arms. You have a pair of legs. You have a pair of feet. Exactly. So whatever from your body parts that you have a pair of, it is considered to be what party? Feminine. Mu'annath. And whatever from the body parts that is one, how many noses do you have? One nose. How many heads do you have? One head. How many faces do you have? Inshallah, may Allah bless us with just one face. I mean, that was a setup. May Allah bless us with one face. I mean, how many stomachs do you have? One. Inshallah. How many? You know, like that. That's a simple one thing, right? Hey, was everybody with me? Is everybody good? Okay, so what we're referring to things on this side, we're going to say what class? We're going to say hi. We're going to say what class? We're going to say hada. And when we refer to things on this side, we're going to say what time? We're going to say hadi. So, in the body parts, we got what? Hada wajbun. Everybody say hada wajbun. What does this mean? This is a what? Hada wajbun. This is a what? Very good. All right. Everybody say hadi. Ainun. Why? Because you have how many eyes? You have two eyes. So when you point at one of those two eyes, you point at saying hadihi, not have. Clear? Hadihi, not have. Is that clear? Excuse me, brother. Now, alaikum. Now. Assalamu alaikum. ما زال في البيت؟ اوكي صافي ان شاء الله. نعم انا اكاد ان انتهي. حتى الان لا ان شاء الله. ساتصل به بعد الدرس. انا ما زال في الدرس وبعد العشاء اتصل به ان شاء الله. اوكي طيب ان شاء الله لا باس بخير. اوكي السلام عليكم. طيب. Okay. إذن after me everybody هذا وجه هذه عين. هذا رأس. هذا رأس. هذا رأس. This is what? هذا رأس. This is the what? Head. Very good. All right, class. So this is the favorite one, and everybody likes this one. هذا. All right. هذا is everybody's favorite word with the body parts. هذا بطن. هذا بطن, class. هذا بطن. Come on, Tariq. هذا بطن. All right, so I got one too, Tariq. It's okay. I'm gonna say it. All right, هذا بطن. هذا بطن. Okay. Everybody after me. هذا. Everybody with هذا. أنف. هذا أنف. That means one class. هذا أنف. This is the nose. هذا أنف. Everybody after me. هذا فم. هذا فم. هذا فم. Very good. After me. هذه أذن. هذه أذن. What does this mean? هذه أذن. This is the ear. هذه أذن. This is the ear. Very good. Say it after me. هذه class. هذه يد. هذه يد. Very good. هذه قدم. هذه قدم. This is a what class? This is a foot. This is a foot. هذه class. رجل. This is a what class? This is a leg. This is a leg. هذه رجل. Write them down. Remember them. Make them a part of your vocabulary words. Practice. Utilize them. Don't say my nose anymore. Don't say my leg anymore. Don't say my foot anymore. Say the Arabic terms for your body parts. Wa alayka salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Abu Amin. Is everybody clear? So again, ma kana wahidun mudhakkar. Whatever from the body parts is singular, then it is what class? It's masculine. وَمَا كَانَ مَزْدُوجًا مِنْ أَعْضَاءِ الْجِسْمِ. And whatever is a pair, a dual from the body parts, مِنْ أَعْضَاءِ الْجِسْمِ. The note is referred to, is pointed at as if it's what class? Feminine. هذه. So we use هذه to refer to it. And this is why the body parts are presented and introduced to you in lesson number 6. Can everybody see the chart? All right, can you see the chart? This is the chart that you should be able to write out from your head from memory because you understand it. All right? Any questions? Does anybody have any questions? Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to move to the next point that is mentioned inside of the instructor's manual that must be covered. That's mentioned inside the instructor's manual that must be covered. Okay? Let's get to it. So after that, we dealt with what? We're going to go ahead and now continue on with the explanation of the shape. Okay? So he continued on. He says, and he brought those points that we just brought. That which is Mesdujan for Homo Anith until the end. So now we go and we deal with what it says. The Sheikh he brings. He says, "Yu'annithul ism bi idafati ta'nith." So now dealing still with the first point, hadi, the body parts. All right, which is a benefit from it. We want to talk about what? We want to talk about the actual ta'nithul ism. Ta'nithul ism. This is a term. The ta'nithul ism. So the ta'nithul ism. Everybody say after me. Ta'nithul ismi. Ta'nithul ismi. And that is what? That is the process of what? Of changing a what? Changing a noun from masculine to feminine. So how's this done? Kayfa yu'annithul ism. How do you basically make a noun feminine? The Shaykh he brings in the teacher's book. He says bi idafati, not mudaf ilayhi. We don't mean that. We're not referring to that. We mean literally by adding. All right. Bi idafa literally means to add. Bi idafati ta'ut ta'nith. Bi idafati what class? Ta'ut ta'nith. By adding the what? The ta of femininity. Mathalun. For example, mudarrisun becomes what, Jalil? So again, mudarrisun, if you add the ta to mudarrisun, because we want to make it feminine, mudarrisun will become mudarrisa. Mudarrisa too. Did I say El Mudarris? I just said Mudarris. Okay, Mudarris at 20. Very good. Party. Baridun becomes what? No, sir. Adding the town to it, brother. He said Mudarris. I said Mudarris, and he said Mudarris at 20. So Baridun, if you add the town to it, let's look at it. All right? I want you to see it, man. I don't want this to be difficult. You can't get it. Okay. So again, move on this thing. Better mark. Let's do this black mark. This one. Yeah. So Mudarris. Right? Mudarrisun. We got what part? Ba. Okay. Baridun. Right part? You got that? Okay, cool. Let's do some more words. Qadimun. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Now I'm going to say ba'idun. How about ba'idun is the next word. Ba'idun. Okay? All evident tanween. So what I need you guys to do is what? We're going to say plus what? Plus the tab. Plus the tab. Plus what? Plus the tab. All right? And it's either going to be this tab or the other tab. Plus the tab. Right? Plus the tab. Right? Plus the tab. Right? Plus the tab. Is everybody with it? Equals. This is a nice formula. All right. So everybody out there in internet land, we're on the board. Inshallah, you can see this. All right. Inshallah, you can see this. What we have up here is we have what? We have here, we have Mudarrisun, Baridun, Qadimun, right? And we have Ba'idun. We're in lesson 6. We want to make these nouns feminine. Ta'neef al-ism. This is what this lesson is all about. Right? One of the main points. So we're going to add the ta marbuta. As the Sheikh mentioned, يؤنث الاسم بإضافة التأنيث أي ta marbuta. So we're going to ask Tarek, we're going to ask Jalil to come up and make these nouns feminine by adding these tabs on the form. You get it correctly. All right? We got no stuttering, nothing like that. That's why we call the champions of the class up. The next one fustle, the stars of the class. Shining out everybody else. All right? Come on down, Clark and Jalil. We got what? We got to rewrite the word and add the tabs onto it. All right? We're going to ask our brother Jalil to do first. Okay, you can take it off. I ain't got a problem with it. You just want to do it. It's your class. I'm just teaching you. All right?
We can't reach it.
So we write the word and then write it again with the tab. We write the word. So you're rewriting the word. You're rewriting the word with the tab. This is something that everybody should be able to naturally do. You write the word and then you rewrite it with the tab. All right, this is fundamental. So yeah, is everybody clear? You should be able to do this at home. This is something that you should be practicing. Test yourself to see if you can get it. Can you do it? Inshallah. Bismillah, you got it. All right. Oh, this brother right with no vowels. MashaAllah. May Allah preserve him. MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. All right. So what you got there, brother? Now I want you to keep in mind, this returns back to your Aleph Ba tab, your Muqaddimah days, when you were learning the 6 letters that don't connect from the left. Okay? Those 6 letters that don't connect from the left is what? Aleph, Del, Bel, Ra, Za, and what? And wow. I just kind of dry snitched Jalil there to fix his work. Because what? That tab, it shouldn't be attaching right to the end of that word if it's one of those 6 letters that does not connect from the left. If the word ends in one of those 6 letters that does not connect from the left, then that tab will be written as a circle and it will not attach itself to the last letter of that word. It will stand very close to it, or it won't attach to it because the last letter of the word is from those 6 letters that do not connect from the left. And nobody texts me talking about the naughty letters. We're not going to call them that. They're just 6 letters that don't connect from the left. All right? Take it. Is everybody clear? All right. You need to know this to be able to exist in lesson 6. So let's see what our brother Jalil did with the 2 words that he had, which was Mudarrisun and Baridun. He wants to make it feminine by adding the tab. So what did he write? Jalil, please read. Mudarrisa. Mudarrisa what? 2. Why are you saying 2? Which one? 2. Well, why it can't be 2?
Because it can't be 2 because we're making it feminine.
Okay, I know we're making it feminine, but that has nothing to do with our question. My question has to do with
Because it don't
definite
have Aleph Lam.
because it doesn't have Aleph and Lam. Okay, lesson 3 now. Watch out. Make sure you got that stuff firm now. But I'm gonna ask you.
And
Next.
read that one.
Bad one.
Bad one.
Becomes bad.
Either.
Bad either.
Boom. Because it don't have tanween and we're making it feminine. So you add the total move to that.
Well, it does have 10 meanings.
I'm talking about making it.
Please bow the end. Please bow the end of these nouns, please. Please bow the endings of these nouns. Okay, right. That is the one. I see it. That is that one. Perfect. Mumtaz. Part, you're next. Part, you're next. Simply just rewrite the word, bro. With the tag and to it. Qadim one becomes nice. Okay. Okay. Nice. Mm-hmm. You got to add that time. Okay. It's okay. Just put the tab on. Just make the line attach the tab. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Got you. Yeah. Mean. Okay. And the tab. Very good. All right. Yeah. You got me. Yeah. You look good on board. Got your dots together. All right. All right. I see that. Now we're gonna do ba'id on. Okay. All right, maybe you need to read. So, Qadim one became what? Qadima? Qadima 20. All right. All right. As you wrote them on, let's read them. And the Ba'id one became what? Ba'id 20.
How is that? All right. Ba'id, I mean, how did that become? I mean, that's like a distance, right?
Look at it. I know the rest of it too. I know the rest of it too.
I know the rest of two.
Ba'id
too.
That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, I know how I write it, but I'm just saying, I mean,
Because when you
I know the masculine and feminine, if you get far away, but
yeah, because if you're referring to something, you describe that it's feminine, not necessarily by way of its gender, because I'm not the rest of the term is what? It's feminine in its wording, but not feminine in its essence. And its essence. Thank you. It's essence because it's a thing. You know what I'm saying? You follow me? But when you have a thing like Seattle, you say that's the Seattle too, but either one. The car is far. Seattle, but either one. The car is far. You know what I'm saying? So I Seattle, but either one. It's back here. The car is far. It's over there. You see? So get ready. Somebody's going to ask you the same question. Let me give you an explanation. I mean, we want to always bring examples to our family, our students, our friends, examples that are very practical so they can immediately use them and immediately understand them. Not be like, oh, I don't get that. That don't even, I don't see how you can use it because it's not practical. But if you said it's practical, they'll be like, oh, I got that. It'll be right on it. Okay, so let's continue on with the explanation from the teacher's book. So now we move to what? We move to number 3 or number 2. Number 2 is what? It's all about li men, li hamidin, and what class? Lil mudarrisi. It's all about what? Li men, li hamidin, and lil mudarrisi. So it says ya'khudh al mudarris, and this is for the purpose of most likely understanding it. That we know what it means though. So it says يأخذ المدرس الدفتر بعض الطلاب الذين أسماءهم مصروفة. Okay, meaning it has the ability to take tanween, all right, and change if something comes in front of it that's affecting it. All right, meaning don't take somebody's name, the notebook of a name, of somebody that their name ends in like Isa, because now you can't apparently see at the end of the word what's going on. This is what he's referring to. Okay, so he says, so like Dalil, Dalilum, all right, or Tariqun. Okay, so we take your book because your name ends in what? With a qaf in Tanween. So it's fine. Your name's going to change. They want to show grammatically what's going on. So if you have a group full of students, take everybody's name that end with a Tanween. It's not like one of the names that end with yeah, because it's not going to show. And then we're going to start asking each and every student, Liman hadha kitab. Then they say hadha kitabun li, hadha kitabun li, Jalilin, li Jalilin, li Amarin, li Tariqin. Because you can see grammatically what's going on when li comes in front of it. So that's why you make sure you don't take nobody's name that don't have it. When the name ends and when you spell it, it don't end in 10. Get me? Mm-hmm. That's what he's saying here. Because you want to show what's going on. You want them to hear, like, why you keep saying Ken and his name is Tariqun? Yeah, that wouldn't work. Yeah, because you can't see it. You can't see grammatical. You won't see the grammatical change. It'll be understood to be there. And honestly, that's another lesson. That's later on. See the wisdom in when you're a teacher, huh? Mm-hmm. It's showing you why you shouldn't use that. Remember, the teacher speaks what? And nothing else. So how is he going to get everybody? Oh, they're going to see. You get it? All right, alhamdulillah. So it says ثم يقول هذا لمحمد وهذا لحامد وهذا لخالد وهذا لعلي وهذا لبلال. And these are common names in Islam and in Arabic. So you're going to find somebody named Bilal, somebody named Ali. You're going to find somebody named Muhammad. You're definitely going to find somebody named Khalid and Tariq. Them joints common. So you use those names and you do what? You put their names in the book. It's small, but you should know the names already. So then what's going to happen is the teacher's going to go around and he's going to say, Liman hadha kitab. You want me to start? Yes. هذا هذه هذا هذا كتاب لي طالق. Exactly. You see that? And now it's a room full of people. Oh, هذا طالق. هذا دليل. هذا علام. And whatever they're not catching from you, just having an interaction because you're going to ask me next. Oh, you're going to ask me next. You're going to be ready. Even if they're not getting that, just put them on the board. When you put them on the board, you put them on the board like this. Is everybody with me? لمن هذا كتاب. Everybody with me? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So you say what? All right. Li Muhammad. Yeah. Different color marker. Mm-hmm. Because this happened. Right, we changed it. You want to know because it's okay, so that must have did that. You even get funky, you can do this. That's how you teach your thing. That's all this jinn. Oh, okay. It's Walden. Clear? Got it? You clear? You would just run it through, you would just keep it loud. All day. Muhammad, I'm now Walden. Is everybody clear? Mm-hmm. All right, tell you. يأخذ المدرس لتأخذ بعض الطلاب غير ذلك. طيب إن شاء الله. So we keep going. And no, we're not doing it. All right. And it's just different examples and different approaches to just to show and just emphasize the point. Okay, to show you guys and emphasize the point of prepositions and how it's a hard job, how we should take the attention of the students to tell them that there's no difference between the lamb, that lead, and ala min ila, which you already got. But you guys are pretty much aware of that already. I don't think I need to show that to you. That's correct, right? Right, Tart? You know, with a large group class.
Who is this?
Mm-hmm. Who does this belong to? That means it belongs to Hamid. Whatever you're talking about. Yeah, they're all names, all different names of people. Yes. No, sometimes you got to do it so you can really be clear about it. So that's important that you ask. Like, hold on, let me make sure I understand this. That's what you just did. Did you clarify it now for yourself? Mm-hmm. You got it now? All right, my man. All right, I'll tell you. So now we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and move on to Jidden. No, we gotta do A1. I think that's A1. Okay, A1. We gotta do A1 now. For A1, all right, A1. A1. It says يقال هذا كتاب وهذا أيضا كتاب. Is everybody with me? هذا جديد وهذا أيضا جديد. Top of the second page. 2022. Second page. Turn the page. Yeah, because it was number more examples. Once you do it a couple times, you'll be like, okay. Some stuff is for people who need it. You guys don't need all this. Like you already got it. You know what I mean? So anyway, continuing on, we get to the top, and let's get. We're just trying to just get through the lesson. So it says A1. Everybody with me? A1. So A1, it says يقال هذا كتاب وهذا أيضا what? كتاب. Okay. So we say what? هذا كتاب. All right. وهذا أيضا كتاب. Is that clear? هذا طالب وهذا أيضا طالب. هذا كتاب وهذا أيضا كتاب. هذا قلم وهذا أيضا قلم. هذا قلم وهذا أيضا قلم. هذا كوب وهذا أيضا كوب. Is that clear? Even we understand that A1, and we're going to get into the explanation of it. Remember, this is how to teach it. This is some grammar points we're showing you how to teach it, but the explanation with the in-depth grammar and the i'rab and all those things are going to come in the sharh by Sheikh Najrani. This is a small explanation along with how to teach the book from Dr. Fa Abdul Rahim, the author. So again, and we're going to get into that you don't use A1. And it's going to come in Arabic in the explanation. But to help you guys fortify how to use this, that أيضا لا يأتي إلا بعد تقرير العمل أو القول. That you do not use أيضا except after the repeating of a what? Of a statement. هذا كوب وهذا أيضا كوب. You said a statement and then you did what? You repeated the statement. So you use أيضا when you're repeating a statement. All right? Or an action. Is that clear? No. Or an action. You use أيضا after you have repeated an action as well. سافرت إلى مكة. طيب إن شاء الله. And the next one says وأنا أيضا سافرت إلى مكة. And I also traveled to Mecca. أنا درست في المدينة. وأنا أيضا, another student said وأنا أيضا درست في المدينة. I studied in Medina. And this other guy just stood up and said, and he also studied وأنا أيضا درست في المدينة. It's the repeating of a what? An action. or it's the repeating of a statement. هذا قلم وهذا أيضا قلم. هذا كوب وهذا أيضا كوب. نعم. هذا جوال وهذا أيضا جوال. هذا طالب وهذا أيضا طالب. You got it? So I know some people just go, oh, it just means also. Yeah, that's what it means. No, brother, it's a methodology. You know how you use it. You understand? It's not just, that doesn't mean also, but there's an actual method on how it should be used and when you should use it. All right? Is that clear, brothers? No. Okay, clear. So let's look. It says here, he says, يقال هذا كتاب وهذا أيضا كتاب. هذا جديد وهذا أيضا جديد. Does everybody see? We at the top of the page. Okay? جديد. Okay? Now we're going to say it says يقول طالب أنا من الهند ويقول آخر. And then another should say أنا أيضا من الهند. يقول طالب. The student should say أنا مريض ويقول الآخر وأنا أيضا مريض. And I'm also sick. واضح? Is everybody clear? So we say تنطق أيضا بالتنوين إلا إذا وقعت في آخر الجملة فيحذف. All right. So you should definitely pronounce the tanween in Adon. Okay. You should definitely pronounce the tanween in Adon, except in the event when it occurs at the end of the sentence. When it occurs at the end of the sentence, then you remove it. You don't pronounce the end of it. Because it can come, Adon can come at the end of a sentence as well. Not necessarily as it's been coming in the middle of the subject and the predicate. To be writing this down, you should be paying attention. Don't get caught out there. فالتنوين بعض الناس يحذفون التنوين دائما وهذا خطأ, because some people always remove the tanween, and this is a mistake. It should only be removed at the end of the sentence. If Adon comes at the end of the sentence, if it comes in the middle, you pronounce it. Some people do it all the time. This is incorrect. واضح? Tariq? No, you got it. Subject and the predicate. Look, هذا طالب. All right? وهذا أيضا طالب. I'm saying, hey man, look, هذا طالب وهذا أيضا طالب. If the brothers come in today, when they come, I'm going to introduce you guys. I'm going to say, هذا طالب. And I'm going to say, وهذا أيضا طالب. And this is also a student. You got that? I didn't say, وهذا طالب أيضا. I said, وهذا أيضا طالب. Is that clear? Mm-hmm. I repeated the statement, Tariq, and I repeated the statement after I made the statement. I made the statement again when I pointed at you. Is that clear? The exceptions to the rule. The exceptions to the rule. Tariq, listen. That the tanween in Adon. Look at the word. You're not looking at the word. Look at the word so you can get what I'm talking about. You see Adon? You see how it's coming? It's right at the top. Look at the top. It says what? It says Adon. All right, then you got some examples. It says Yaqulu what? Hada. All right, Wahada. Adon. Kitabun. Don't worry, I know this is an all Arabic book, and it's like maybe you shouldn't be studying this, but you're fine. You're right where you need to be at. Trust me. You read, you just focus. It's gonna pop up. It's gonna start popping out at you. It says Hada what? Wahada. Jadidun. Yo, this is new. What have the Adon Jadidun? Man, you got all this new stuff you just bought? Come on, how you doing? Have the Jadidun? Well, have the Adon Jadidun? It's something you might say, your son, you told him to spend it to your kid. That's my money, you gave me the car. You know, have it. Well, have the Adon Jadidun? Yo, I wish you didn't get. Is everybody clear? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. So it says, فَيَهْذَفُ التَّنْوِينَ بَعْدَ النَّاسِ. So it says here that you should pronounce the tanween when reading this, when implementing in the sentences and examples that you have. But in the event, when Adon is used and it comes in the end of the sentence, meaning it's the last thing you said in the sentence, then what? That's when you should what? You should not pronounce it. That's when you should just leave off and just say Adon. or Ada. Oh yeah. So check it out, Ada or Ada. But the issue is people sometimes they say Ada the entire time. They're constantly doing what? Leaving off of the 10 meaning. This is incorrect. It should only be done when it falls at the end of the sentence. All right? All right? Tart. And so you get it. This is really an introduction for you. As you go along, it's gonna get more firm, more familiar. Like, yo, because right now it's like it's a little unfamiliar. This is foreign language stuff, you know? But eventually it's not gonna be foreign any longer to you. It's gonna be like a share language. You'll be used to it. حياكم الله وبارك عليكم. We asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that. We pray, EJ. Did it come in? Oh man, we gotta stop. Yeah. Okay, I remember. Are we gonna go ahead? It's been how long? 20 minutes? 10 minutes? I feel hard. All right, we're gonna go ahead and close out. We're gonna mention jiddan. Jiddan is what? Is يعرض المدرس الثلاثة أشياء. So jiddan means what? بمعنى كثير. Jiddan means what, class? It means what? A lot. Jiddan means what, class? A lot. Sometimes they translate it as very. وجدا بمعنى كثير. جدا بمعنى كثير. جدا بمعنى, it means كثير. And كثير means what? A lot. جدا means what, class? كثير. كثير. And كثير means what, class? A lot. All right? So it says, so it gives an example of how it should be used, some examples that you can use, but we don't need to get into it. I think we already understand what it is. Continuing on, you should bring 3 items. Yes. Yeah. So it says al-wasa'ilu. Al-wasa'ilu, remember I told you guys about the teaching tools? He said that you should bring in, as the teacher or as the person that's teaching your family, you should bring in pictures of a pot, pictures of a spoon, pictures of a cow, pictures of a farmer, picture of a chicken, a picture of a refrigerator, a picture of some meat. All right? You should bring these things in as teaching tools for the lesson. As teaching tools for the lesson. And what you should actually bring in, and I mean like bring it in and you really actually have it, not a picture of it. What they mean here when they say ayanu, they literally bring that in. Bring in some tea, bring in some coffee, and bring in what, class? Bring in a lahmu. Bring some meat, some kind of meat in, sausage or whatever you want to bring in. Bring that in. All right, and utilize that to help make sure that people understand what's going on in class in all Arabic. These things will help. You just say al-lahmu. You bring sausage in, you bring some whatever is considered to be a lahm. Truly, when we say lahm, we mean, of course, something cooked, some type of cooked meat. All right, because you should have, you got this roost and lahm and all that type. So, of course, that's some meat that's actually cooked. All right, not necessarily a sausage, but some meat that's actually cooked. If you're able to. All right, if you are able to. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the explanation of lesson 6 the next time we meet tomorrow. And then we'll move on to lesson 7, which is Jazakumullahu khair wa subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.